back to Playing the Field with Field General 007. Another exciting podcast going for you guys. We're going to finish what I started last video. I'm going to talk about the predictions, SML Super Bowl prediction. We're going to do that now. That way I don't forget. So, basically, I think the two best teams in the SML right now, and this is probably going to offend some people, but that's what we do. We're just going to lay it out there. We're going to say the Browns and Seahawks are going to be in the SML Super Bowl this season. So, there you have it. I think the Browns are playing really good football. You know, he's done it all season long. He's beat some good opponents. He's using the Browns. They're not a great roster. But, you know, that's the team that he wanted, and he's been killing it with the Browns, which, you know, tip our hat off to him. It's the first time the Browns have been relevant in this league's history. So, big shout out to the Browns. Also, the Seahawks, you know, kind of I think it's like a mid-season comer, you know, or early, you know, late on the first quarter, you know, like the last probably about 4 or 5 games in. I'm not exactly sure when he came in. But the dude's been on fire since he came in. You know, he beat me. He's beat a lot of great teams. I think he's sitting at 12-3. He'll probably finish 13-3, 12-4. A really good record, you know, going into the playoffs. Wouldn't surprise me as a bye week. According to Daddy Leagues, he's the number 1 team right now in the NFC, number 1 seed. So, you know, it's what's interesting about this Madden is just due to that randomness, everyone has a chance. I mean, literally everyone has a chance this season, which is very unique compared to years past when it just looked like guys like Prime, Jonesy. You know, there was like basically 1 or 2 guys that ran each conference, you know, and even the last couple seasons, last cycle, you know, you'd look at the Falcons with Lawyer Killer. That's not the situation so far that we've seen this season. It's anyone's game. Everyone has very similar records. You're looking at probably, let's just take a look at it. That way I'm not just sitting here guessing. But if you look at, you know, the win totals, if you look at the AFC side, Bills 12 wins, Patriots 10 wins, Chargers 10 wins, Browns 12 wins, Texans, Jags 12 wins, Colts 10 wins. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. So, you know, you got 7 teams, which I guess that's not overly typical with, you know, a winning record. So you got 1 extra guy for your seeding there. And then on the NFC, you've got the Eagles and Giants at 9-6. So that's 2 teams. You got the Seahawks at 12 wins. You got me at 10 wins. So that's 4 teams with a winning record. The Vikings at 11 wins. The Bears with 10 wins. So that's 5 teams. The Saints with 12 wins. The Falcons with 9 wins. That's 7 teams. So 7-7. That's, you know, it's 14 teams all in the hunt. You know, that's basically nearly half the league that's, you know, legitimately has a chance. And if you look at those records, well, I guess what I'm saying is there's not a whole lot of disparity between the win-loss records between these teams. It's not like you got the Colts at 16-0 and what, you know, the Seahawks at 15-1. Everyone's within 1 or 2 games of each other. I think the playoff games are all going to be very close. I don't think anyone's really going to walk away with it unless Madden decides to step in and make up their own mind of what they want to do. So yeah, Browns Seahawks Super Bowl though. I can definitely see that happen. It'd be very interesting. And obviously, if that happened in real life, it'd be huge for the Browns. It'd be huge, though, if the Browns win it in the SML. You know, that he'd be a good champion, I think. So, anyway, we got some other topics I want to talk about. One, I'm just going to say, I guess I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. You know, we do that often on the show. League participation, in my opinion, is going down. And I'm not saying just for the games. I think there are a couple guys who have been slacking playing the games. For the most part, we're good at playing the games. What I'm talking about that is I can't even get guys to get on this show. You know, before I was getting guys no problem. I was getting an interview. So this is my call out. If you really love this league like you say you do, and there's easy opportunities, you download the Discord app. I send you the invite. Most of you guys are already in the chat. 5 to 15 minute interview. You know, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes is typically where we're at. And, you know, we talk about Madden, we talk about the league, talk about your season, we talk about football, we talk about some other random crap, and we're not even doing a cam with you. I'll be right here talking, and I'll have the audio recording through the computer. That way everyone can hear your voice. We used to do it where we get a phone, and we'd hold it up to the mic, and we'd play around. Oh, you know, it's still not working. Where, you know, we tried to capture the audio, and it just was not very good. You could barely hear the other party, you know, once we rendered that video. And now I think I've stepped it up with Discord. And the other half of this, people that are slacking for the contributions, we got 2 other people that have podcasts, and Meats, I don't think has put out a single show this season, this entire cycle. Prime has only done a handful. I'm the only one that's been a consistent output. I am, not to mention what the product that I'm putting out is better than anything we've had before, and probably anything better than what the other leagues have. Yeah, my background's pretty basic, but who cares? Like, what we're doing right now is next level stuff. No one else comes close to doing what I'm doing right now in our league, and from what I've seen in other leagues, I don't know if anyone's doing stuff like we're doing right now. I think we're really growing the brand, and that's a big thing. It helps you get other players. It helps keep the guys that you have interested, because we do this, year long, and it does get a little tedious come March, April, May, even June. June. Who wants to play last year's Madden 11, 12 months in? And I think we do a pretty good job of keeping guys interested. It's stuff like this. It's that league interaction is to keep guys involved within the league. And that's the whole purpose. That's why I do this podcast. I talked about early on, that I was kind of losing the fire a little bit, and that still stays true. Where I don't always feel like playing the games just because Madden just sucks. And even now, I guess that's the next subject where I've had 16 games. We've had 16 games with this game within our league now, and inconsistent is the word I would use to describe Madden 19. It's just, even within a game, it's not even just game to game, it's within the game, with the amount of drops, which I guess, is not something that you can really measure, and maybe it is more realistic with how many more drops you're seeing this season. I guess the way that defenders play, like this game I just had against Fuzzy with the 49ers, Marcus Peters was all over making interceptions. There's times when my defense doesn't make any plays at all, so I guess a way of adding consistency, maybe adding back the hot and cold, adding guys that, if your team's a 10, 12, 14 win team, those players are probably more motivated and playing better than a team that are 0 or 4 wins. So I don't think that it really shouldn't be a level playing ground. I think you should be penalized or helped with the rating department in terms of how your team's performing. Like, if you're midway through the season and you're 6-2, your team should be playing better. You should be seeing a ratings boost, even though it doesn't carry over beyond that season. It's just like an in-game boost. It's not a true boost to their ratings, and you still have to raise up the XP. The XP is still trash. I don't know if we need to move our slider up. You only get 100 points for doing your weekly training. We'll see how many points you get for your yearly goals and stuff like that for Pro Bowl. I don't think we're doing enough points for that. You're not really seeing any guys getting increases on anything. It's garbage. It's a terrible system. I do not like this XP system. You really don't have control where your points are going. I said this before. I would definitely be using all my points on Jared Goff. I'd be working on the accuracies. He's a really inconsistent quarterback with accuracy the way that his ratings are right now. And it's stuff like that that's irritating. I think that'll be something that they'll overhaul next season. They'll probably just put back the old XP system they had in place. So it's kind of where I'm at with the game right now. Like I said, it's inconsistent where you see, tackles, blocking, and, I'd like to say that when you're winning it, it's easier to ignore, the faults in the game. When you're losing, they get amplified. I get that. But I just won this game, and just the run blocking alone. I know I have a poor offensive line, but there's some things that just happen, and you get that stupid animation where your running back will run the back of an offensive lineman. I saw this in the Colts-Titans game, and instantly they give the defensive tackle just a warp tackle where all of a sudden he just makes, like, he wasn't even around the offensive lineman, he automatically made the tackle. They're really, I guess, they're trying to make it an emphasis where you don't use the turbo until you're through the hole, but I don't know. It's little things like that add up in a game, and I'm not happy with the product that we've received this year, and I know it really doesn't do us any good at this point to keep complaining about it, but I think that there are some things that need to be rectified next year. Like I said, I'm going to keep complaining about the halfback screen. That's basically about useless. For me, wide receiver screen is hit or miss. Fuzzy had about 3 of them in the game he used against me, and all of them worked really well for him, so maybe if you're a guy that's looking for the screenplay, maybe you should try using wide receiver screens this year. Halfback screen is definitely broken. Like, Eagle screen cross was one of my favorite plays the last 3 or 4 Maddens. I don't even use it. It's trash. You can't get the blocking, or you'll get like an error like a total air ball. And that's another thing that's crazy. I understand adding more incompletions, allowing, because that's what happens. The quarterback's not. You're typically not going to see a 92 to 95% completion percentage out of every quarterback in the league. So I guess they're trying to make it more realistic in that, and I get that. But the throws that they make you miss, I should pretty much never miss a drag route. I mean, especially a wide open drag route. When the guy's coming across the screen, just the easy throws like that, I should be getting those all day, every day. Your mid-range game is where you see a lot of your incompletions, and even now I still don't have a whole lot that are overthrown. My deep balls, yeah, absolutely, especially off of play action. I don't know why that really seems. I guess you really need to study your players' ratings this year. That way you know what he's good at and what he's garbage at. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I will say that the Twitter, that's definitely much improved from where it was last season. I think we made a step forward there, but like I said, we also made a step backward in the fact that the guys that used to really contribute are not contributing in the ways that they used to. I think in terms of getting games played and Twitter, I think we're much better than what we were. Twitter could still use more people being more active. I think it's generally the same 6 or 7 teams that you see. I see the Vikings on there a lot. I see the Texans post a lot. I've seen the Browns. I see the 49ers. There's a handful of teams that you never, like, I don't see the Cowboys post. I don't see the Jets post. I've seen the Redskins a handful of times. So the point of the story is, when I get on there, and when I log in the Sim Madden League account or my Rams account, I should be able to scroll through and see. I should be seeing 3 posts a week from every team, and I'm not seeing that right now. So we need to kind of clean things up. We need the guys more active where we were, or get to where I want to be at, which we're all contributing in some way, shape, or form. And I think that'd be great. It's good for the league. Like I said, the main thing is it keeps guys involved, and that's huge. It's absolutely huge. So now I'm going to end this with a call-out section. So like I mentioned before, I'm calling out the people, Meats, Prime. You guys need to put your podcast out. People that I've been shouting out in the social chat. I need to get at least one guy. I only need one guy. I need one guy a week to do an interview. That way it's not just me. I'm sure this is getting boring for people, even though I've done a new format and it seems like it's higher production quality than what it used to be. It would still be more entertaining to have someone else on this other than me. So I'm calling out the rest of the league. One guy a week to get on this. Kind of share your thoughts about the league, about your season, what things are going on. I'm going to call out Terrible Two-Step. Terrible Two-Step, I need you to beat the Giants. I really need you to beat the Giants this week. The fact that Meats has been very vocal lately, his trash talk, apparently he's found his manhood and he's decided to sit there and crap on everyone that he plays every week or everything that's gone wrong for his season, so he's trying to shit on everyone else. So if the Cowboys beat the Giants, there's not much I could do for you. I mean, I might be able to Venmo you like $5 or something. But please, for the love of God, beat the Giants. I do not want an easy shoe-in for Meats. I want Meats to suffer. I need him to feel the hand. It's an Iron Fist reference. But anyway, let's get it done. Let's get it done. So, like I said, keep it up. Get your tweets up. Let's get out there and do some tweeting some twatting on the twatter. Get some tweets out there. Make sure that you're getting your games played. This is the end of Season 1. This is Week 17. We are heading into the playoffs. Talking about playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
And, that's good. It's only going to amplify things. Next week's show is definitely going to be very interesting. I may have to put it out a little bit more early. I may do a show for Thursday. Right now, we just advanced tonight, so we'll advance the playoffs on Thursday. So I will probably do a podcast on Thursday this week as well. A twofer. You're going to get 2 shows. Maybe I may even get Prime. I may have to get Prime on this. That way we can break down the matchups, pick some winners and losers, and predict it. Like I said, I'm predicting Browns Seahawks Super Bowl. Comment below what you think. Let me know and group me. If you don't have Discord, get it. That's where we go ahead and record all the podcasts. If you're, for some reason, just discovering this, you watch this entire video and you're thinking, wow, this guy talks a lot. Yes, I do. But you're also thinking, wow, there's a commissioner that cares about a Madden League? Absolutely, I do. Apply at simmaddenleague.com. You can get on there. We believe we have 2 teams open still. We look for quality guys. I'm going to, like I said, as long as I don't get overridden on it, I'm going to do the tryout games. I'm making guys do the tryout games with microphones. That way we're talking. Just kind of see what kind of guy you are. Kind of get a feel for you. You know, if I think that you're trash, you're not going to get in. I think we need to make it more difficult. It's not like the old days where, you know, we had to sell our testicles to get guys in this league. I think that we have a product out there that is desirable, and it's, you know, I think that people would like to be a part of this league. I think we need to grow the awareness. Check it out on League Crawler for the guys that are in the league. Get on League Crawler, rate us. I gotta make sure I just thought about it. I got on Daddy Leagues. I gotta comment on the forum post. We can get these 2 spots filled, and you know we can do it all the time. But I think it's just a matter of finding the right guys. I'm tired of having guys that don't last or wind up kicking a guy because he doesn't follow the rules. You know, he runs the same 5 plays on offense, which I got a video about that. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I know it's probably a little bit too long, so I'm gonna get off here. Have a good one.